Hello everyone, welcome back to Gent Watches, and today we are going to be watching the next episode of Our Ashi. This is episode 14. Last time, what happened? Who knows? I should know once I check my notes and find out what I thought happened last time. Last time was episode 13. We got new OP and ED. Wait, was that last time? I guess so. Wow. Yeah, we got a new OP and ED, or maybe we got it the time before and I just forgot to write about it, but I guess not. And then oh, of course, I'm so stupid. Last time was the episode Turn. So that's the episode where, oh my gosh, where we found out that he's going to become a defender. So, I did want to say at the start of this video, thank you to the people who commented on my last video explaining to me about how modern soccer is different from the soccer that I basically learned when I was in primary school. There's probably a few reasons for that. One is that times have changed, and as time goes on, different strategies come out, and the second reason is, honestly, when you're a kid, positions don't really, like, you can't really hammer in positions or anything like that into people, and even playing socially or, like, you know, playing not at a non-professional level, a lot of the times positions and strategies get lost in the mix. You just improve your own skills. So it's unsurprising to me that I wasn't aware of something important in soccer, and that is apparently modern fullbacks are quite proficient in, well, generally take a part in the offense, sometimes quite a significant part. So with that being the case, I mean, it sounds like it is actually a really good position for a main character in an anime to be, because it gives him the opportunity to be versatile, to have a little bit of everything in his plays, you know? Like in Haikyuu, for example, the cool thing about volleyball is that after each successful point, everyone rotates. So you can be, you know, a wing spiker or whatever, but you're going to rotate to the back, and you're going to rotate to here and rotate to here, right? Like, your position still matters, right? You're not going to be the setter even when you rotate, but it doesn't matter as much, because you do have to have versatility in your skills. You have to be able to block when you're in the front, you have to be able to receive, and you have to be able to serve when you're in the serving position, right? So these are these are things that, like, the show, every character can show their versatility already, but in soccer there are positions. So it's cool to see that they actually seem to be putting him in a position that gives him a lot of freedom. But at the same time, like the whole, you know, the heart behind it, the idea, what's the word I'm looking for? The principle of him being a fullback versus being a striker, a forward. It's a different feeling going into it. Because one, you're just there to make strong offensive plays, and the other, you're mostly there to defend, and then I assume back up your teammates, filling in whatever you need to do. In some cases that would be scoring, but like the mentality is completely different. So I'm super curious to see how they grow from here. Reading those comments from you guys, it does make me think that maybe he is just going to stick with this and make him stay as a fullback, you know? Very interesting to reveal that 13 episodes into the series, and I love it. So anyway, let's just get into the episode. This is episode 14 of Our Ashi. Okay, so these guys are all the ones moving up? Right. You can earn it, Asari. Oh man, the visuals in this OP are so good. I forgot about that already. I'm being spoiled for OPs lately. The OP of this, the OP of Call of the Night, which I just reacted to, the OP of When Will Ayumi Make His Move, like, some really nice OPs. It's almost like anime is really prioritizing, like, nice, smooth movement in their OPs lately, and I love it. Maybe inspired by some of Mappa's OPs, like Jujutsu Kaisen and Attack on Titan's final season OP, had really smooth thing, smooth animation.
ディフェンダーに転向させる。
It's been the plan for a long
な
time.
おだ。協力しろ。のぞみ。
He kind of did force
一人
him.
に伝えるために。
Like, you put him in a really, really tough position where he can't really say no.
アシトはアシト知ってる
Oh,
の
he
か
knows, alright.
ディフェンダーに転向
ジョギングでもしてくるが。
は
How does he feel about it?
俺探しに行くよ
Aww.
くそ
I like that they're worried about him. That's cute. Hana? Who's calling Hana? Oh. Aoi hasn't been to the dorm. I read that much.
慣れたポジションで。まずは基礎ができてからだな。
Man. Oh, man. It's been in the works the entire time. It's a pretty crazy twist, to be honest. Never saw it coming.
アシトは外にいる。やる気を出させてやってくれ。
Oh my gosh. This was all planned as well?
強さは悪いが。
福田。本当にこのタイミングで良かったのか。
It's so interesting how Nozomi agrees with the end result but doesn't agree with the way of getting there.
ユーマから連絡がありました葵選手が寮に帰っていない
Oh, she's coming to the rescue! It's gotta be so rough.
来い来い
What are you
ちょうどよ
doing?
かったな今日はトップもアカデミーもここ利用しない日なんだ
Oh, it's so sweet how she's taking care of him. That's amazing.
よーし食え
I wonder if he thinks she
なんで
was in on it, you know?
分かったんだ
てなわけでどこかのバス停
Wow.
まあまさか見つかるとは思ってなかった未来の天才外科医はこんなとこでも冴えているという
まだ今もちゃんと働いてねえんだけど
This is so
お前
cute.
の兄貴ちょっと聞いてみせ
君がどれほど得点にこだわってたかは知ってるごめん
Oh.
やめねえよ
Yeah, I think he's like this because he knows he won't quit.
行かねえんだ寮に戻れ戻んなきゃな
What
悪いな花
what a great attitude.
今ちょっと腹いっぱいでよ
It's okay sometimes to just let yourself space out and mourn a little bit.
ディフェンダーディフェンダー
Like it's a shock to your system. What is it? Is he calling she calling Fukuda?
なんだよ
もしもし
Oh no.
ちゃんどうしたの
Oh.
もしもし何かあったのアシトアシトやろアシトよね何かあったん
Oh man, the mum is a one-stop shop to tears in this show.
ダメやったら帰ってきたらいいよこれだけのことなんやから
Such a good support system. Alright. Oh my god, I love that scene.
来てるのは知ってるたかがサッカーじゃないか
食っていいかこれ
Of course.
もちろん
Oh my god, that was incredible. That was incredible. Ugh.
試合前に会いたいやつがいたんだが、青い足とってやつ。
Huh? You wanted to see Aoi?
はあ、このままやめてくれりゃいい。
Okay,
なん
dude.
でショックを受けなきゃいけないんだ。あれはポジション後ろだよ。わかるじゃないか。阿久津、お前教えてやるよ、守備。お前
Oh.
が教えてやるのが一
No,
番。
I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want him.
サイドバックが穴だって。
Oh man, he's exactly what they need. Oh no. You're not who I want to see. Hold it together, Ashito. Hold it together. Huh?
ディフェンダーのことは全然わかんないっすけど、
Asking for help?
よろしくお願いします。
Wow, way to swallow your pride.
立て込んでるな。また今度にするか。
Oh, I wanted to see that conversation though.
先週あの会場で拾ったこれ、見れば見るほどよくできてる。
Is it perfect for a fullback? I don't know why a fullback would have a different meal plan, but maybe.
なんだその面。
The door mother?
寮母さんに叩かれた。とも母ちゃん。
Aww.
僕も付き合おう。借りを返したい。
Oh my god.
ソリ。
富樫。あの言葉についてはとにかくつまずくだけ。
How different is it?
なあ富樫。
I'm really not sure.
ここを理解しねえとサッカーになんねえぜ。アシト。
The shuffle? Is that the way you like backpedal and keep in front of people maybe? Just based on the name.
絞るってのはよ。ここにぽっかりスペースができるな。
Oh, so the others spread out
これを
maybe?
急いで埋めなきゃいい。
Surely everyone moves across very
残
slightly.
った3人ごと。
Yeah.
このように横にスライドするんだよ。
さすがに知っとるわ。
Teach me better stuff.
今日福田はいない。
とにかくやってみる。
You got this, man. This is so exciting. I want to punch that guy in the face. Words of wisdom, please.
調子はどうだ。
Okay. Checking
ぼ
his
ちぼちっす。
checking how he is. That's good.
そうか。頑張れよ。
I think Nozomi's really on his side. Like, really in his court. There's actually a comparison I want to make for Nozomi after.
コントロール、俺がするから。
Cool. His design is cool.
国家したアドバイスなら竹島に聞くのが一番いい。
俺にどう動いてほしいとかあるか。
Defend.
絞りさえできてりゃいいわ。
Simple. He can keep up with that.
それさえできりゃ別に攻めても攻めなくっても好きに。
Oh man, I already can't wait for next episode. I already can't wait. Oh no. Okay, that was a great episode. I mean, that was a really good episode. I want to put that front and center, and I know this was a very good episode because there was no soccer in it, and I still absolutely loved it. And when that's the case, I mean, that's just brilliant. I actually think this show is almost as good, if not as, I think it's as good in the bits with no soccer as it is in the bits with the soccer. And in a sports anime, that is bloody hard to do. That is really hard to do. I think Kuroko's basketball, not nearly as good when there's no basketball on, you know? Like, I think that show, I really liked that show, right? Especially the latter seasons. Like, I really enjoyed Kuroko's basketball. My least favorite parts were all of the episodes where there wasn't much basketball. So, like, you know, but that did get better, I will admit. But generally, in a sports anime, you're there for the sports. Haikyuu is one of the only shows that I think is, like, just as good, whether there's the sports happening or not. I mean, generally there's always the sports happening, it's just whether they're games or not. But yeah, like, when I think to sports animes, yeah, the setup is necessary, but it's, like, kind of understood, at least from my perspective, that when I'm watching the setup, I'm watching it in anticipation of the matches. With this episode, I was actually, for the first time, thinking to myself, I hope there's no soccer this episode. Like, I hope there's no match, because I was really enjoying just watching Ashito grapple with this and learn from this, and the other people like adjust their expectations. I was really, really enjoying that. And just like the scene with him and Hana, and that was amazing. I'll get to that in a second because that was an amazing scene. First though, I want to talk about Nozomi and Fukuda, because I think there's something really interesting going on, and I'm going to compare it to a piece of media. And so I will try to make this as good as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give minor spoilers for Better Call Saul, right? So if you haven't watched Better Call Saul and you think that like you might be spoiled by what I'm about to say, then you can skip ahead in the video if you want to keep watching to I'll do this when I'm finished talking about Better Call Saul, okay? So just so that you're ready for it. So the reason I bring up Better Call Saul is because Better Call Saul has this thing going on in the first season where you are going through it with I believe it's mostly the first season, where Chuck is on Jimmy's side and constantly batting for Jimmy, and they go to Hamlin McGill, and every time it seems like Howard is constantly in the way of Saul, constantly blocking him from getting where he needs to go. And it makes you dislike Howard. Like, it makes you think, oh, Howard doesn't believe in Jimmy. Like, Howard's so annoying. And it looks like Chuck is really sticking up for Jimmy. And, you know, like, trying to help him get a name for himself and stuff. And it's just not working out for Jimmy, right? And then, I think it's at the end of the first season, we find out that Chuck is the one that's been holding Jimmy back and has been basically making Howard be the bad guy in that situation. And that reminds me a lot of what's going on here, where it looks like Fukuda he has always been on Aoi's side, but the idea is he has been a lot of the reasons that Nozomi has been the way that he is. Right? He has had to play the bad guy in a lot of these situations because Fukuda's telling him to. And now we find out that Fukuda has been purposefully manipulating all the strings to get Aoi to this position where he kind of has to just become a defender, but to reach his full potential. The difference is that Chuck in Better Call Saul is not allowing Jimmy to reach his potential as a lawyer because he doesn't see any potential in him, when Fukuda is actually trying to get the most potential out of Aoi. So it's a little different, but it was just a comparison I thought. So I'm done talking about Better Call Saul. No more spoilers for Better Call Saul. Now, so I just think the Nozomi and Fukuda thing is super interesting. Now, since I believe it was episode 5 that made me cry a lot, you know, the one with the mother and the letter that the mother sent. What an incredible episode that was. And what that episode did as well is establish that when the mother is on screen, you are going to be emotional, right? And I love that. I love her as a character because when she shows up, I know to get the tissues out. And it's brilliant. It's great. And I just love having like such a supportive parental figure, and you know what, a supportive and strict parental figure. Like, not strict as in restricting what he's doing, I guess that's technically the meaning of strict. Stern, slightly closed off parent, you know, like she's not overbearing. She struggles to come to terms with her emotions and to share her emotions with her son. And so their relationship isn't like a outwardly loving relationship, but a relationship of understanding. And I really, really, really love the way that they write that relationship. I think it is incredible. And for a soccer anime, blows some shows out of the water, right? Blows non-sports anime that focus entirely on character relations out of the water. It is honestly very impressive. And I am so surprised at the way that they're writing those characters. And I love it. I love Hana. I think that's been no secret. If you want to go back to the very first videos where Hana comes into the show, like episode 2 or whatever, when Hana appears in the show for the first time, immediately, you can see, immediately, the first second she was on screen, I was in love, and I haven't stopped feeling like that the entire time. Her voice is perfect, and the way that she is so supportive of Aoi, and that she's like very mildly tsundere, but she doesn't let that get in the way of being there for him ever. And I think that's awesome. She, even if she is like feeling like, I don't want, you know, him to think like I'm, you know, too obsessed with him or whatever, it doesn't matter, because she'll still go out there and say, I'm his biggest fan. She'll still spend all her time like making a meal plan for him and talking to his mother for a long time. And now he's gone missing. She didn't even think about it. She grabbed her phone, got out on her bike, and went straight to where she thought he was, took him somewhere, and immediately cooked him dinner, and immediately was there for him. And then the second he needed someone to talk to, and she realized it can't be me that he talks to, I'm not going to be the one to get through to him. What he needs to see is ground himself back where he came from and be able to see that no matter what happens, he still has something to go back to. So he should just enjoy the place he is now without fear of the failure of it all and the despair of like, everything is falling apart. And she takes out her phone and immediately dials his mother. It's incredible. That is so good, and she's so supportive. I love all of the jumps that it took, and that was one of my favorite scenes of the show. I think. I mean, recency bias, of course, but like if I think back to my favorite scenes of the show, episode 5, the mom's letter scene, and I think maybe one or two of the times that the eagle eye has activated, and this. Those are the parts that stand out to me. Like I always think the scenes that are probably my favorite are the ones that are going to jump into my head immediately when I think of like, oh, this show and my favorite scenes in this show. And those are the scenes that jump in my head. So I think that is a great scene, and I hope I continue to remember it. And then now we have Takashima, who is the red-haired defender, and he is going to, I assume, well, I liked his attitude. I hope his attitude was like, because he seemed chill. I hope his attitude is actually chill, and not he's being chill right now, but he's going to be super mean or harsh. I hope it's legitimately like he's like, yeah, don't worry, I got you. Like, just do this and it should be all good. Because I think we're missing someone like that on this show, who like someone who's very talented and is like that. So I'm super curious to see how they take his character, and I hope it is in that direction. Anyway, great episode. I know I've said it a bunch of times, but great episode. So thank you very much for watching this episode 14 of Our Ashi. If you enjoy this series, please make sure to like the video, comment down below, let me know that you enjoy it, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out, more than you know. It helps me out. So please, if you enjoy these reactions, best thing to do, hit like, hit comment, hit subscribe. So thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.